Hey, how's it going, everyone? I hope that you are all having an amazing day. We are just hours away from the first teaser for Apex Legends Season 4, which should be the biggest season for Apex Legends yet. To start to prepare for Season 4, we were going to be diving deep into some Apex Legends lore. This video is going to be going over one legend in specific, being Wattson. Wattson, at face value, is a seemingly innocent and positive character, but as her story reveals, she is not to be taken lightly. As always, we will only be going over and showcasing all of the canon lore that we have for Wattson currently. Electrifying pun if I do say so myself. Starting off, Wattson, same as Gibraltar and Mirage, was born on Solace, and she is 22 years of age, and her full name is Natalie Paquette. Her official bio reads as follows. It says, Wattson, Static Defender. Natalie Wattson Paquette is a familiar face in the Apex games, though for a different reason than most. Daughter of the game's lead electrical engineer, she studied his manuals to stay close to him and discovered her calling at a young age. Though she could be completely distracted at one moment and hyper-focused the next, electricity grounded her. Its ordered and predictable flow made sense in a way the rest of the world didn't. She devoured every book she could on the subject and eventually became such a skilled engineer that she was commissioned to build the Apex game's modified containment ring. Unfortunately, her father died the day it was revealed, leaving her alone. At her lowest moment, a group of competitors invited her to return to the arena with them, assuring her she would always have a home. She now fights alongside her friends in the arena she helped build, destroying incoming missiles, recharging shields, creating fences, and using pylons to silence fights that get too loud. Nobody knows the arena better than Wattson, and anyone who underestimates her is in for a shock. Now, this bio seemingly suggests that Wattson has at least some degree of social awkwardness, as if we all don't at some point or another, but the lines, electricity grounded her, its ordered, predictable flow made sense in a way the rest of the world didn't, seems to describe her feeling out of place when it comes to average society. Also, the lines, though she could be completely distracted at one moment and hyper-focused the next, is common in people with ADHD. Though that is only reading between the lines of her bio and is not at all confirmed, I believe that it is safe to say that her life was not normal. In fact, it's the struggles that Wattson faced that ended up being what drove her to learn so much about electricity, which is the driving force that makes Wattson so dangerous. We also see in the bio just how close Wattson was to her father, which builds further depth into her motivation and drive to even participate in the games. This is the first cinematic that shows how Wattson and her father's relationship plays out.
My dearest Natalie, as I write this letter, it's the middle of the night in late summer. An hour ago, you cracked the equations necessary to power the force field. You showed me up tonight, my magnificent daughter, and I couldn't be happier or prouder of that. I always knew you were special, but never did I fathom that the little girl who taught her staffed Nazi multiplication tables would grow up to master quantum laser mechanics. I have assured the Syndicate that the modified containment force field will be operational in a month's time, and it's all thanks to you. I may be just a doddering old fool trying to hold on to mon bébé a little while longer before he loses her to adulthood. But I do see you. I see the strong, brilliant, wonderful young woman you've become. And I know when the day comes that I'm no longer with you, you are going to be just fine. The games will be brilliant because you are brilliant. My daughter can and will do anything she wants in this life because she is the smartest woman in the frontier. Je t'aime de tout mon cœur, pour toujours, Papa.
I did it, Papa. I hope wherever you are, You're cheering for me.
We learn more about how Wattson viewed the other Apex Legends competitors as family, as well as her unique world views in her first loading screen description. It reads, "After the funeral, I stood in our kitchen and it was so quiet. I had dreamt of quiet like that, but now that I had it, I was terrified and alone. I sat on the floor, and I know how silly this sounds, but I hid under the table. That was where they found me. Anita, Makoa, AJ, even Dr. Caustic, and he hates everybody. They'd just as soon stab each other in the back or the front, but they put all that aside to support me, the electrician's kid. I thought I knew what family was, but my equations were incomplete. My family is here at the games, and now it's my turn to support them, with every last charge in me." From all of this, we can determine that Wattson is the rookie of the Apex games, and when being compared to what some of the other legends have had to go through, Wattson has had it relatively easy. Wattson, being only 22, is likely to not have seen the brutalities of the war. Also, growing up in the Outlands isn't the nicest place to be, but in comparison to what Mirage and Bangalore would have had to endure, the Outlands was much less traumatic. Though this doesn't even get close to deterring Wattson from being a deadly and game-changing force on the Apex Legends battlefield. This is all of the lore that we have for Wattson currently, but I have a strong feeling that Season 4 will be the start of a new generation of Apex Legends, in which each legend will have a much more drawn-out and playable backstory. In any case, if you liked this video, be sure to hit the like button, because every single like helps out so much. Also, Apex Legends Season 4 teasers will be coming out in less than a day now, so be sure to subscribe to the channel to get notified as soon as that and any other teasers drop. Thank you all, and have a good night.
Need to recharge my shields. Contact.
Okay, all right. He dropped faster than my airstrikes. We're close. 30 seconds.
Hands up, we're not alone.
Backpack here. Level 4.
Reloading. Enemy contact with enemy.
You are the Apex champions.